We welcome you inside the press box here at Evan E. Davis Field. It is media day for the University of Rio Grande men's soccer team. Randy Payton joined by head coach Scott Morrissey, by senior Vilius Labutis. Coach, we'll start with you. I guess any time that you get into the point of the year where you're moving into a new season, it's always exciting to get things started.
Certainly is, Randy. We're excited for the 2023 season. We fell a little bit short last season, losing in the Final Four, and like to try to make amends of that this year, and we feel like we got a pretty good group that can do that.
You mentioned the Final Four, 18-4-2 last year. You reached the Final Four. Yes, you didn't get done what you wanted to get done, but nonetheless, it was a great season. Yeah,
we certainly had a great season, but when you look back on the 22 season, the thing that stands out for me is some of the shortfalls in week 2 and week 3, and some of the growing pains of the team itself, and just certain aspects of the season and individual performances and things that transpired that put us in the position that we were in. So we had a hole to dig ourselves out of, and we did and got close.
Bill, it's like we just talked. You guys came so close last year. I guess having the season end the way it did had to hurt, but at the same time, it serves as an impetus for what you want to get done this year.
Yeah, definitely. Short memories of last year. We use that as motivation coming into this year. But overall, I think it was a great experience for the returners, and they're going to come back hungrier, and now they've had the experience of playing at nationals. So overall, I think it will 100% benefit us.
What about your season individually last year? First team NAIA All-American, you swept all the major awards in the River States Conference. I don't know what you try to do for an encore this year.
Yeah, it was my first year in America, and I'm really happy with how I did and how the team did. But this year, the main goal is just to win the national championship, and hopefully I can help the team do that.
Coach, a lot of familiar faces returned to this team, including this guy to my left, but you've got some talented newcomers that you added to the mix as well.
Yeah, we went through an evaluation period, I think, and we had some guys exit the program, and we felt like our recruiting class was going to be very, very good and highly, highly competitive, which it is. And we're really pleased with the returners. Attitude's fantastic, fit and ready to play, and then the new guys that have joined the program have really made a massive impact as well.
That's a sign of a great program. When you look at last year's roster and you see that you had some guys who could have been back here this year, but for whatever reason are elsewhere, and yet you can reload and still be right in the mix in terms of those who are in the hunt for the national championship.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but the one thing that you have to do, you have to go out and deliver, and you have to perform, and our goal is just to get better every day, and I think we're doing that. In this preseason, we've had a little bit of a setback with the rain. It's like a rainforest in Rio Grande over the course of the last 10 days. But we're going to work every day to improve and get better each day.
Talk about some of the names to look for. I mentioned Vilius on offense. You've got Rodrigo Basso, who was in the honorable or the All-American mix last year as well, back on defense. And like I said, you got some good newcomers.
Yeah, I mean, from the newcomers, I think what we did was, Harry and I tried to identify a player in every position, and I think we've pretty well done that. I mean, newcomers to maybe keep an eye out for: Matthias Campos in goal. You got Scott Gray out of the back. You got Diego Vasquez as a defender, Silas Aitola as a defender, Javon Shariah at right back. In the midfield, we've added Tommy Munoz. We've added Rafa Kawata up front, Joe McInnes, Julian Fally, who we expect and hope will be playing out of the back for us. I mean, we've added some really good quality players, and more importantly, I think they really fit the makeup and chemistry of the team. Work really hard and give us a great deal of balance as well.
That was actually my next question for you, Vilius. The chemistry of this team thus far. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the new boys. Even in training and in the one game we played, something just clicked. We all work hard for each other. The shape was good. and I've been impressed with them. And more importantly, I've been impressed with how good they are as lads. You know, they're all eager to work hard and do well for the team.
Preseason thus far, are you pleased with what you've seen, other than the rain?
So far so good. I mean, we've missed with the rain. I mean, we've missed 5 training sessions up to this point, and that's a lot, you know, in a week's time. But yes, I'm really pleased with where we're at. I would have liked to have more preparation going into the regular season, which starts on Friday evening. But you know, we gotta make do. But yes, at this point, very, very, very happy with where we're at.
Talk about your schedule. I guess you're almost in the final stages of getting it finalized. You've had some teams fall off and a couple of teams join on. And in addition to the schedule, you're picked number 1 in the conference again. Kind of lay out what you look for out of the conference.
Well, as far as the schedule goes, the most disappointing thing is when you get that phone call that, you know, teams are canceling on you. And we had a couple early on in the spring that we tried to replace, and we just couldn't get replacements. And then a late subtraction to the schedule really, really killed us. Trying to add games, we've searched and searched. We've contacted everybody we possibly can to try and play a game. And, you know, we're really struggling to fill that schedule. We're at 15. I think we've got a 16th added and maybe a 17th. But I can only control what can be controlled there. So as far as being picked 1 in the conference, you know, there's a lot to play for. There's other teams that are just as hungry as we are, and you know, we're honored that, you know, other teams, you know, pick us there, but you got to go out and perform to earn it.
Billy, one last question for you. We mentioned all those accolades that you got last year. Any pressure that you're putting on yourself this year to go out and try to do as much or more, or like Coach talked about, some of these new guys that are coming in? Is it a situation where you just go back and play your game and trust that those other guys will pitch in as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think even last year all the guys pitched in, and it was just fortunate for me that I won all the accolades. And this year, you know, who knows? We all want to do well. I want to do well, and hopefully, you know, that can lead to a national championship.
Well, there you go. That is the word on the University of Rio Grande Red Storm men's soccer team on this media day here for the River States Conference.